Hello there, welcome to my video. If you're watching this, it's probably because you've taken a wrong turn on YouTube somewhere. I have no followers, no subscribers, I don't really create any content. This is just a off-the-cuff video I fancied making. I figure once I leave the planet I won't be using the base again. I don't know what happens to the save file, whether we can come back to it or not. So this is just as much for myself as for anyone else, really. What I'm going to do is a quick tour of the base. Well, I say quick, I mean it's quite a large base. Then I'm going to show what's in the time capsule, and then I'm going to leave the planet. It's a sad day. I'm going to start, though, in my Cyclops, which I have called, and you'll notice a theme, Deepest Blue. So all of my vehicles are blue, and I kind of have names a bit like that. Oh, except for the rocket, which I've called Rabbit. It's a kind of Guardians of the Galaxy / Infinity Wars joke. I suspect my Cyclops is a lot like other people's. Medical kit just there in the diving chamber. So I have all of these storage units in use. Come on, there we go. So I also had a load of beacons in here. This is just my sort of grab box if I'm out doing stuff. Is it called EVA even if it's underwater? I know it is in space, but so yeah, I come in, grab the thing I need, I get out again. Some flares. I use flares for lighting up caves. As you can see, I made loads. I used 6. So we have this storage locker and this one. Now these two give me enough to build a multi-purpose room, a scanner room, a boarding hatch, a bioreactor. I think that's it. Oh, and a couple of grow plots that I then grow melons in for the reactor. And I then use that to find resources using the scanner room and the HUD chip. So these are my loot boxes. This is the boxes I bring home all the stuff I found in. Obviously they're empty at the moment because all the stuff has been put in the base. But I have filled them all the way to here before. So yeah, I suspect this is how a lot of people have the downstairs of their Cyclops. Got a clock in here and the radio in the cockpit, a chair for reading the fire suppression system manual, I don't know, a couple of more lockers, a trash can, I needed it obviously. Got some food in here, some water in here, plants for cooking, for eating, cooking. Place to sit. Back here I would bring home fish specimens. This has random stuff in it for making something, I can't remember now. But that did have torpedoes in it for the sea moth. This one had a load of creature decoys. Most of them have been used up. This is from a mod, resource monitor mod. Lets me see everything I've got on board in case I needed to do some crafting. Yeah, iron power cells in the back, storage for more power cells, and I've got the a mod that lets you place another upgrade console, so I can have more than 6. But that's it, I think. Some salt in that one in case I needed to do cooking. There's all my fire extinguishers. Didn't once catch fire. My friend, however, I've been using this Cyclops for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now, maybe a week at the least. Hadn't catch fire at all. I'm carrying around 11 or 12 fire extinguishers. My friend took his out on the first voyage and set fire to himself several times. He now calls his Zippo, as in a Zippo lighter. However, you know, if I didn't have those fire extinguishers, I would catch fire a lot. So, I have plenty of parking, as you can see. We'll go have a look. We'll go right first. My prawn suit. This is Robot Blue 9. It's kind of a Lost in Space reference. It reminds me of Robot B9. I figured the B stands for blue, because all my stuff is blue. This one is... this is Dabba Die. Dabba D is over there. I'm blue, Dabba D. So this is my hauler. That's what the H stands for. It has 4 storage unit slotty things. Cargo boxes? I don't know, I can't remember what they're called. Now that was good for collecting resources before I had the Cyclops. This is Blue Angel, which is named after the F-18s used by the US Navy's flight display team. The C stands for Combat. This is outfitted with torpedoes and a perimeter defense system. I've also got the laser cannons mod, it's got that on there. I tried not to use the laser cannons that much. I did a couple of times. And then, yep, this is Dabba D. This is my Explorer, so she's a bit quicker. She's not as well armed as the Combat. She doesn't have as much storage as the Hauler, but she's got a scanner and a sonar system. It's night time. Way out to the Cyclops. I've got plenty of lights up on top of these moon pools for lighting it up. There's nothing in here, but this is my sort of work garage place. They're the resource monitor thing, so I can take resources from this, and then of course I would do the work necessary in these stations, and then once I'd finished working on the vehicle, I would move it back to its home. I can leave that on, stuff it. I use plenty of beacons for finding my way around. This is nothing compared to what I've actually got. Lots and lots. I don't know why I made a diddle noise. Yeah, so yeah, I turn them on and off as I need them. I shall turn that one off just for fun. So here we go to my first storage room. This is 2-tier. Plenty of storage in here. I did a lot of grinding for collecting all the materials I would need. This just leads through to the other one. We'll go downstairs for that. So this is all basically raw materials. Way out. I have hatches dotted all over the place, just for ease of exit, you know, ease of entry if I'm out and about. This is my crafting room. I've got the big monitor here. Big. Why did I say it like that? Crafting place. That leads to the farms. We'll go there in a bit. That leads to the hub. That'll be next. This is the second storage tower. Both storage towers are only 2 units high, as you can see. But this is kind of tools and things. Yeah, you can probably read what's on the lockers. And then when I go upstairs, this is crafted materials as opposed to the raw materials of the other one. This is where... why do I keep getting fish inside? I quite often let them out, but they just come back in. So that's where we were just now. That leads to the hub again. And we'll go there now. That goes to the farms. There are 3 ways to the farms, and that's the way we're going to be taking, the third. The first even goes into the farm storage, but we'll go there last-ish. So we'll go to the hub. I suspect the reason it doesn't play the animations for closing and opening the doors is because my base is big, I think. So there's the crafting room. That's the tunnel that leads to the moon pools and the Cyclops. Down here is my power. Obviously chargers are here. I've got a mod that lets me turn on and off the lights. This is all the stuff I use for the bioreactors. I've got 4. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I had 4, I've only got 3. I turned the 4th into a nuclear reactor, which we'll go and have a look at now. It's nothing special other than a nuclear reactor in a room. Trash cans there. Storage thing there for more rods. This corridor goes all the way around all of the reactors, so that if I'm carrying around all the fuel, I can go between them instead of having to keep. Quite often ride the fish as they're swimming around my base. Yep, so each reactor has a ladder down to it. I didn't want a ladder down really, but I couldn't put the buildings above those multi-purpose rooms, so I had to lower them. But still, this is the first floor. That would be the ground, and then basement. I mean, ground in air quotes. Radios in here. This is my in-use stuff. Obviously, most of the stuff's in use. That can go in there for now. That'll lead to my kind of living quarters, but we'll go down there in a minute. And then we just got a nice simple little lookout. When I first built my base, this stack of general purpose rooms was the first bit I built. So originally all these floors were in use. So we'll go to the living area. Leave that open because we'll be going back out. Got a couple of picture frames on the wall. Obviously not all of them were taken in game. So we've got my kitchen dining place, food, water, clock, so I can see how long I've spent cooking and eating. More pictures. View of my base from the observatory. We'll go there in a minute. Another view of my base from, I think that's from one of the little remote cameras. That one, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. Yeah, pictures. So, I've let out all the fish because I should be leaving the planet soon. I didn't want to leave them trapped. I didn't want the 1s and 0s trapped in an imaginary fish tank when I left. Yeah, so living room-ish. Now we'll go upstairs. Actually, we'll take the indoor garden on the way back, so I will close the door. My bedroom, which remarkably contains a bed. Now, we did have some naughty, rude, almost pornographic-y pictures up on these kind of pin-ups. I have removed those so that I don't get in trouble with YouTubes. You know, boys' room and all of that. Turning off the... actually, yeah, let's go to bed. Why not? Make it daytime so we can go up in the observatory. I am going to re-input the day-night speed thingy. Once he cracks his knuckles. Come on. Ah, that's the point. I need to eat and drink. Just noticed. So we won't use the indoor garden, if you can call it that. Well, maybe we will. Why am I saying we? I suppose you're coming with me, whoever you are watching. Let's take it. So this is just this. It took me ages to figure out you can put windows in the ceiling of these connectors. Right, back in the hub, back downstairs. We'll go to the scanner room, which is this way. So again, for reference, that's my scanny room, storage, scanny room. That's my crafting room. Here's my scanny room. This was a picture of the tree, the big purple tree down in the Lost River. It got deleted as I was deleting another one. But it wasn't blank. We'll go up here first to my observatory. Stuff in here. And the music begins. So not far from where my life pod landed, that's mine there. Okay. Nothing too exciting, just a nice view. Here we have my scanner room. I put all these picture frames up. I was taking pictures of every new place I went, every new biome and things. That's the view from that camera over there. I don't know why it doesn't show the water anymore. I don't know whether that's a product of how big my base has become. Yeah, you can see the aurora, whereas before you couldn't. All of the upgrades are on the Cyclops for my scanner room forward operating base that I dropped down. Yeah, pictures. So now we go to the farms. Long tunnel. As you can see, I got some outdoor farming going on over there. Exit. Another fish that's managed to get inside the base. Now in this containment tank I had my peepers that I was breeding for food. I have released them all. They're all out there. As you can see, I've populated the area quite nicely with various different breeds and species of fishes. As I suspect most people do when they first start, I killed a lot for food, and this place was quite barren. So yeah, I bred up every species I found, apart from hoopfish. I couldn't find many of those, but yeah, populated the area again, especially the poor bladderfish. I've got 4 tanks in total, containment tanks, and they're both double high, all the same size. There's a ladder down to the next floor, but there's nothing down there other than windows and a way to look in. All of the hatches into the tanks are all on this floor. For ease of use, that's where we went in. That leads to the second of these storage units, that corridor there. Another exit. Like I said, I've dot them around just for ease of use. So this was for growing plants in case I needed any of it for crafting. It turns out none of this was needed. Close the door. Then we've got food production. Nothing too exciting, just stuff for eating. Yeah, potatoes, melons, bulbos and lantern fruits, obviously, unless of course you're new to the game, in which case it's not so obvious. So that's where the fish, not fish tanks, I mean they are fish tanks really, that's that way. Here we have 2 rooms of water production, got 4 in each. Are we going to be blinded? No, they didn't go off, good. And as you can see, I've got an outdoor gardening area. Gardening. English does good. So I got into the habit quite early on of closing doors behind me. There was quite a while where I didn't have any doors at all, and the place flooded because I think I used the propulsion gun and I fired something random like a peeper or something. Flooded the whole place. Yeah, have an outdoor farm. Quite a lot of this was used for. These tended not to be because they're not used in any crafting. These were so the deep mushrooms. I have a mod that adds. We got one in there. It's going to be in here probably. Yeah, deep battery. Go away. So that's what mostly the deep mushrooms are for. Go back in. So we got all my seeds are in these. We got samples in here. Turned out there was only one sample to collect, I think, pretty much. Well, you can read those. And then I had the table corals and that in here, so I could grab them out of the resource monitors. Time to drink. Actually, that is the whole base, because now we're back here. We were in this corridor. That's the first storage double-decker unit. That's the crafting place. So that is my entire base. Which means now all that we have left to do is go to the rocket, look at the time capsule, and leave. I'm going to get some food first for the journey. For the journey. Right there. Yes, and yes. Now, the rocket comes with internal storage lockers. Now, considering I know how it ends, you take off and then that's the end of the game, I wonder why they did that. Why did they give us storage lockers? So maybe it's for the expansion, possibly. The below zero. Oh, is it below zero? I think it is called that, isn't it? So, yes, I've made sure I filled them up. I might as well go out this way. Before I go, I'm going to turn off the lights. Just for the shizzles and giggles. Yeah, I'm leaving. Make it actually feel like I'm leaving, you know? I mean, as you can see by the size of my base, I've been playing for quite a while. And I'm kind of a little bit sad to see this place go. I've become attached to all the fish out the front over there. Right. Pardon you. Rude. Right, let's get to the rocket. As you can see, I've painted it blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. Right, we'll have a quick look in the storage lockers. Once we get up there. Sip of tea while I'm waiting. Clink. Hey, that's funny. That door was yellow earlier. What's that about? Okay, whatever. Right then, so. Breeding pairs of fish to bring with me. I would have liked an aquarium in here, but alas, it was not to be. So they're in a storage locker. But they are still alive. Unless they die in there, of course. So, here we go. Like I said, if the stuff we have in this rocket we take through to another game, I thought I would stock up on some stuffs. This stuff was all quite hard to come by. Nickel and kyanite in that one. A couple of bits and pieces in there. Right, let's go have a look at my time capsule. Now, I'm not going to read out my message. I might scroll down it. You can pause if you really want to. Here is my time capsule. So, I'm leaving. Cyclops fire suppression system. Well, you can read this. I don't need to read it out to you. But I thought this would be quite useful to other people, considering the kind of junk I found in time capsules. Nice picture of my base. Show off. Yeah. Pause it if you want to read it. Signed by me. Couldn't remember if that's right.
Time capsule ready.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully someone finds that useful. I'm sure they will. I mean, it's useful stuff. Let's go flick all the switches, and then I'm ready to go.
Auxiliary power unit online.
I know. I threw the switch. Why is it called throw it?
Communications systems array active.
So if you did pause or happen to notice on my time capsule
Pressurizing
message,
hydraulics.
this is my very first playthrough of Subnautica, so this is the first time I flick those switches and the first time I'm going to be leaving the planet. So it's just this one and the one across the room.
Life support systems online.
Yes, that's good because I have life that needs supporting.
Primary computer systems active.
Oh, rightio then.
All systems are go for liftoff.
Ramo. Okay, here we go then. Enough Little Britain references. Oh.
Ready to launch on your command, Captain.
Of the game.
Launch in 10, 9, 8,
30s.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can I look around? Whee!
Time capsule jettisoned.
Yes! Goodbye, Time Capsule. Go help someone else with their game. Uh-oh.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris field.
Oh dear. Well, at least that one didn't hit me on the head like the one in the escape pod
debris
did.
field clear. Performing gravity turn maneuver.
Okay, that's it. That's the end of the game, man.
Confirm destination coordinates. Nearest interstellar phase gate. Engaging ion boosters in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, I looked at the poles. That might be important. It's all gone white.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
If you say so. She died it. Right, there we go. End of the game, end of the video, I suppose. Thank you for watching, if anyone did. I highly doubt anyone will, but you never know. Goodbye.